What if the world's richest man is betting on the wrong vision for the future of driving? For years, Elon Musk has claimed that cameras alone can make cars fully autonomous. No lasers, no extra sensors, just pure vision. But now, one of the world's top LiDAR scientists says Musk's approach might be fatally flawed. Dr. Stephen Q, the founder of RoboSense, the global leader in LiDAR technology, believes that relying only on cameras could be one of the biggest risks in self-driving history. Why? Because there are moments your eyes, and a car's, simply can't see what's really there. And his warning isn't theoretical. It's already happening on roads around the world. So is Tesla's full self-driving system chasing a vision that reality just can't match? At the heart of the self-driving revolution is a fundamental question. Should cars see the world like humans, or better than humans? Tesla's vision-based system mimics the human eye. Cameras capture images, and neural networks interpret them in real time. Musk argues that this is the purest, most scalable approach. If people can drive with eyes and brains, so can machines. But Dr. Stephen Q disagrees. As the founder and chief scientist of RoboSense, the world's leading LiDAR manufacturer, he says that while vision may imitate humanity, it doesn't surpass it. And that's the problem. LiDAR, which stands for light detection and ranging, emits millions of laser pulses every second, building a detailed 3D map of the world around the car. It doesn't just see, it measures. Q explains that pure vision systems struggle with edge cases, moments when lighting, color, or weather confuse the camera. A white truck against a bright sky, a dark tunnel that hides a black car. Situations humans might find hard, but LiDAR handles with mathematical precision. In other words, where vision guesses, LiDAR knows, and that difference, Q says, could mean the line between safety and disaster. Imagine you're cruising down a highway at 70 miles per hour. Up ahead, a white car is parked in your lane, but your camera sees nothing more than a bright blur, blending perfectly with the afternoon sky. That's the nightmare Dr. Stephen Q warns about. He says visual-only systems like Tesla's often fail to distinguish subtle contrasts, the kind of edge cases that make the difference between smooth driving and a collision. He gives another example. Driving into a dark tunnel. A human driver's eyes adjust within seconds, but a camera system might mistake the pitch-black opening for open road. If there's a slow-moving truck just inside, the vehicle could miscalculate, and the results could be catastrophic. These are not rare scenarios. They're part of real-world driving, filled with unpredictable lighting, reflections, and weather conditions that even the best camera systems struggle to interpret. And that's why Q says true Level 3 or Level 4 autonomy, where cars drive themselves without constant human input, simply isn't possible with vision alone. To reach that level, he argues, cars need something more, a system that doesn't just look but understands depth, distance, and danger. And that's exactly where LiDAR comes in. A decade ago, LiDAR was the luxury no automaker could afford. Each sensor cost tens of thousands of dollars, and putting a full setup on one car could hit $70,000 or more. It was precise, yes, but wildly impractical. Not anymore. Dr. Stephen Q says the price of LiDAR systems has plummeted from the cost of a luxury vehicle to just a few $100s per car, and while the cost has fallen, performance has skyrocketed. Today's LiDAR sensors are smaller, faster, and capable of detecting objects hundreds of meters away, even through fog, darkness, and blinding sunlight. That's one reason RoboSense, Q's company, founded in 2014, has surged to the top of the global market. A March report from Yole Group showed RoboSense now holds the largest market share in LiDAR systems for passenger cars worldwide. And automakers are taking notice. From Waymo's robo-taxis to Ford and Mercedes, many companies are quietly embracing LiDAR again, despite Musk's insistence that it's expensive and unnecessary. Because, as Q puts it, when it comes to real safety on real roads, redundancy isn't wasteful, it's essential. But if LiDAR is making such huge progress, why does Elon Musk still refuse to use it? Elon Musk has never been shy about his opinion on LiDAR. He's called it expensive, unnecessary, and downright stupid for cars. Back in 2019, during Tesla's Autonomy Day, Musk boldly declared that every automaker using LiDAR would eventually abandon it. His argument? Once cameras and neural networks master visual recognition, LiDAR's extra data becomes redundant. In his words, when you solve vision, everything else is useless. To him, the human brain is proof. Humans drive using only their eyes. No lasers, no radar, no depth sensors, just sight and judgment. Musk's goal is to teach machines to do the same, using powerful software to simulate human perception at superhuman speed. He's not entirely anti-LiDAR. After all, SpaceX uses it for docking spacecraft with the International Space Station. But he draws a sharp line between space and streets. In orbit, LiDAR makes sense because conditions are controlled and predictable. On Earth, he argues, roads are chaotic. And the best system is one that learns, not one that measures. But Dr. Q sees it differently. He believes Musk's vision is too idealistic, built on software optimism, not real-world complexity. Cameras may someday match human vision, he says, but until then they're driving blind in too many situations. And that debate is turning into a global race, not just between companies, but between two entirely different philosophies of autonomy. The battle over autonomy isn't just technological, it's cultural. While Silicon Valley champions vision-only systems driven by pure AI learning, Chinese automakers are taking a very different route: safety through redundancy. In China, companies like Li Auto, XPeng, and RoboSense are building vehicles packed with LiDAR, radar, and high-resolution cameras working together. Their reasoning is simple. China's roads are far less predictable. Trucks without taillights, scooters weaving through traffic, and uneven road markings make real-world driving a chaotic puzzle that vision alone can't always solve. Li Auto's CEO, Li Xiang, even joked that if Elon Musk had to drive in China at night on unlit highways surrounded by tail-lightless trucks, he'd choose LiDAR too. It's a line that reflects a bigger truth. What works in California doesn't always work in Chengdu. Meanwhile, Western automakers like Ford and Mercedes-Benz are quietly aligning closer to the Chinese model. Ford CEO Jim Farley recently called LiDAR a mission-critical technology, noting how cameras can fail when reflections or sunlight blind their sensors, but LiDAR still sees perfectly. It's a global split, one side betting on simplicity and software, the other on complexity and layered safety. And as competition heats up, the question is no longer who's right, but whose vision will survive the road ahead. For years, Elon Musk's biggest argument against LiDAR was cost. He wasn't wrong. Early systems were so expensive that they made self-driving cars impractical. But that argument doesn't hold up anymore. Today, the price of LiDAR has fallen from nearly $70,000 per vehicle to just a few $100s. And at the same time, its performance has exploded. Longer range, higher resolution, and better reliability than ever before. That shift has changed everything. What was once too expensive to matter is now affordable enough for mass production. Automakers from Toyota to Volvo, and even Chinese EV brands like NIO and Li Auto are integrating LiDAR into their newest models, not as a luxury, but as a necessity. And while Tesla continues to double down on its vision-only path, its competitors are quietly gaining ground. Every new LiDAR-equipped vehicle that hits the market chips away at Tesla's technological lead, promising safer navigation in rain, fog, and darkness, the very conditions where vision-based systems struggle most. Analysts say we're approaching a turning point, when LiDAR's rapid evolution forces Tesla to either adapt or risk being left behind. Because once safety becomes cheaper than risk, the market always chooses safety. And that means Musk's biggest challenge may not be building the smartest car, but proving his way is still the right one. The race toward full autonomy is no longer about who gets there first. It's about how. On one side stands Elon Musk, betting everything on the power of vision and AI, believing that with enough data and computing strength, cars can learn to drive like humans, using nothing but cameras and neural networks. On the other side are scientists like Dr. Stephen Q, who see that dream as brilliant, but dangerously incomplete. They believe the road to safety runs through redundancy, combining LiDAR, radar, and vision into one system that doesn't just mimic human perception, but transcends it. The divide between these two philosophies is shaping the future of mobility. Vision-only systems promise simplicity, scale, and software elegance. Multi-sensor systems promise accuracy, reliability, and trust. Both are chasing the same goal, true autonomy. But only one approach will prove safe enough to earn humanity's confidence. In the end, this isn't just a competition between Tesla and RoboSense or East versus West. It's a question that will define the next decade. Do we want machines that see like us, or better than us? Because as cars get smarter and streets get riskier, that answer might decide who leads and who gets left behind in the race to own the future of driving.